It was the year 1492. The world was smaller than it seemed, or so people thought. Most Europeans believed that the world ended somewhere beyond the horizon, where boiling seas, monstrous waves, and dragons awaited any ship daring to go too far. But one man refused to believe that. His name was Christopher Columbus, an Italian sailor from Genoa. He wasn't a scholar or a nobleman, but a dreamer, a man obsessed with a single, dangerous idea: that he could reach Asia, not by sailing east as everyone else did, but by heading west, across the ocean sea, as they called the Atlantic. While most laughed at his wild theory, Columbus saw himself as chosen, destined to prove them wrong. He imagined himself discovering a new trade route to the rich lands of India, China, and Japan. Gold, spices, silk, treasures beyond imagination awaited those who could reach the East. But to do that, he needed ships, men, and money, and none of those were easy to find. For years, Columbus wandered the courts of Europe, map in hand, explaining his vision to kings and scholars. He told them the world was round, smaller than the ancient Greeks claimed, and that Asia lay just across the Western Ocean. But one by one his proposals were rejected. In Portugal, the scholars mocked him. In England, the king refused to risk ships for what he called a sailor's fantasy. Even in his homeland, Genoa, no one believed. Still, Columbus didn't give up. He was stubborn, relentless, and deeply religious. He believed God had chosen him to spread Christianity to unknown lands. Finally, after years of rejection, he turned to Spain, ruled by King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella. They had just completed the Reconquista, driving the Moors out of Granada, and were dreaming of a new golden age. At first, they too hesitated. Spain was exhausted from war and short of funds, but Columbus persisted. He wrote letters, argued with priests, pleaded with noblemen, and finally found support from Luis de Santangel, a royal treasurer who convinced the queen that Columbus's voyage could bring great wealth and new souls for Christianity. On April 17, 1492, in the town of Santa Fe, Columbus signed an agreement with the Spanish crown. He would receive